Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T-103. It's the Tier 8 Soviet turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Ruinberg and it's under the command of ProvoBob. Now this is regarded as the turreted version of the box tank, the Su-100Y. Because it's actually based on the T-100 tank, and so is the box tank. It's got a 13cm gun as its main armour, and it's capable of doing 440 alpha just like the box tank, but this is tier 8 and the box tank is tier 6. Obviously, because it's got a turret, it's much more able to deal with enemy vehicles, because of course you don't have to turn to face the enemy, you can just turn your turret instead. It does have some weak spots and weaknesses, but it is pretty devastating. Standard reload 10.74 seconds, and we can see that ProvoBob's got it down to 9.29. The engine enemy's been spotted up at the centre line. Oh, that one hit the tracks. That was so unfortunate. He left that one just a fraction of a second too late, and it might have been lag that caused him the problem. But the 45 TP takes around for 424, which is a low roll. If only caught the tracks when they were at a better angle, he would have been able to get the hit, but no, he didn't. And now I think the enemy are being pushed back by our Tiger 2 and the IS, who've moved up, and now the Viz 44's gone there. So yeah, I don't think you're going to get any shots at the 45 TP or the ISU 152 because yeah, they're kind of occupying those guys for the moment. So we might as well go down here with the AT-15A. Well, there's quite a lot of action going on here, and in fact there is a T-103 on the enemy team just around the corner. So we're crossing the gap at the moment, which makes us vulnerable, but we seem to have this side of the map well covered. And I don't think the enemy can get a hit, but oh, we put a round into the T-103. Just goes to show this shell is very capable. In fact, he's using the premium ammo at the moment, which actually has 440 alpha, 307mm of pen, whilst the standard rounds 440 and 258. Now, if you remember with the box tank, it's the other way round. Premium rounds got less penetration but more damage. And that T-103 is getting ready to shoot. So ProvoBob might be about to lose some hit points if he's not careful. Well, that one bounced on the Su-100Y, and I don't think the T-103 could get a shot because he was blocked by the Su-100. No, we couldn't get through the matlets. In with premium ammo, we can't get through, but you can hit the turret and penetrate the turret of the T-103, and he does, and gets the kill. And the Su-100Y is gone, which means now we can go around the corner and deal with this Scorpion. Now he does get a hit into us for 505, which is a high roll, but we can get another shot in before he can return fire. We're going for the T-20 instead. Nice. Low roll, 438, but it does a huge amount of damage, and the next shot will kill the T-20. Hello. And he's out the game. So the second kill. Now there's still that Scorpion. No, the Scorpion's gone. He was killed by the Tiger 1. So now we're moving. It's not an AT-15A, it's an AT-15, the tech tree tank, not the this premium. The T-103 is a premium, which was only on sale for a brief time during the home front, but I think it has been on sale more than once since. Oh, the enemy are just melting now. There's only 2 of them left. An IS-6 and an Emil, and they're just around the corner. The IS-6. Oh, he's on fire! Nice one. Got a fire out of him, and the next shot kills him, and that is the end of the game. Oh my god, look at the rounds he bounced off that turret. They all hit the right spots to avoid penetration. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tanker for ProvoBob in the T-103. And in fact, that's the first time he's had a first class tanker, because he's got the scrolls underneath it. He also got a fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one, he got 5 exactly, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and also a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And a win 8 for that battle, 6,063, which is high super unicum. So let's have a look at team score. Well, top of the table when it came to damage with 3,747, he was the only one to get over 3,000 hit points. The Tiger 2 managed 2,383, and third place was the Barras with 2,377. I think he was out in the field. When it came to kills, it was the Barras who did the best with 3 kills. 2 kills went to ProvoBob, the Tiger 2, and the Canonian Jagdpanzer 105. And nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. In fact, only 2 tanks managed to get a kill at all. And that was the Scorpion G and the Super Hellcat. When it came to base XP, yep, ProvoBob got that one with 1,235. The only one over 1,000. 930 went to the Tiger 2, 912 went to the Barras. So in order to get an ace tanker, you probably have to excel in this tank and do a hell of a lot of damage, because even with an ace tanker, even with 3 high caliber, it was not enough for an ace. So yes, you probably have to get at least the top gun and maybe even 5,000 hit points of damage just to tip it over into the ace tanker range. He fired 14 rounds, 13 of them hit the target, but only 9 penetrated. Yeah, he fired a few rounds of that SU-100-01 or 101, which was very difficult to get through the mantlet on that thing. In fact, he's much better off going after the 103, and he did in the end and got the kill. 3,747 hit points, all of it done at close range. 4 hits received from the enemy, but only one of them actually penetrated, and that was the Scorpion, who managed to pick the right part of the turret to punch the round through. 3 non-penetrations, most of those came from the T-103 and the SU-101, and 740 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2, and that's where he got his Confederate, and 251 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 108,720 credits from the game, but he did fire an awful lot of premium ammo, and unfortunately that took down his profit to only 18,490 credits on a premium count. But at least if he was on a premium, if he hadn't been, he would have made a loss. 1,852 XP for the game, 7,412 for completing mission and events, 185 for this being a premium vehicle, 1,852 from personal reserves. Took away a whopping 11,302 experience points altogether. So a very good round in the T-103. Let's have a look at the armor on this thing. Well, as you can see, it's actually, the turret is the strongest of all, 260, 230 on the mantlet. So you don't want to aim for the mantlet if you can help it. Even just close to the mantlet, you see just at the front of the turret there, it's very, very strong indeed. 220, which actually with the angling increases even higher, and the further you go out, the more the actual armor increases. So you can see here right at the edge, 190 millimeters impacted, which is less than here, but because it's so well angled, it's actually coming in at 310. So yeah, anywhere on the turret on this thing, you're likely to get damage. But the cupola is the easiest thing to pen, 60 millimeters. So the cupola is what you go for if you can only see the turret. And I suspect that's what the Scorpion did. He actually went straight for the cupola and got it straight away. Either that, or ProvoBob actually had turned his turret to the side, in which case then yes, the Scorpion could easily go straight through 145 or 150 millimeters. You can see it's actually based on the T100 heavy tank, because basically it's heavy tank configuration all the way down here. Upper plate's 45 millimeters, angles out to 57. You've got the front of the tank there, 75 coming out at 121. Lower plate 45 coming out at 63. There's 2 little cupolas here for the crewmen, for the driver and the gunner's mate, or driver's mate. And each of those are weak spots as well, with only 60 millimeters. So you could always aim for this driver's area. This is normally where you would aim for on any heavy tank, for the driver's port area. But this is actually quite strong, 100 millimeters and 118. So you just got to remember, go for the boobies and you'll get the pen. Either that or you get slapped around the face. As for the the shoulders of this tank, yes, you can pen that, but it's very tough. 100mm sides, 100mm all the way down to the rear, and of course the rear of the tank is dead easy to pen because it's 60mm there. Same on the turret. Engine deck is even thinner with only 30mm, which makes this a good Arty target because you can see from the top, yes, anything hitting the top of this tank is likely to do a lot of damage. I know I've missed out on doing the live model on previous on a couple of videos, but you can see here on the live model it is very, very tough indeed. Ideally you want to aim for this lower area, but go for the boobies. The turret isn't a non-starter. It's only when this tank actually turns its turret side on that you can get an easy shot into him, and of course the rear is the easiest of all, but try not to go for the turret when he's looking at you. If you can, just get that cupola or the boobies down below. So there you go, that's the live model. Let's have a look at the modules. Okay, driver's actually in the center on this one because, well, T100. And there is no driver's mate actually showing on this, but it does have those cupolas as if there was a driver's mate. You can see one of the gunners is actually on the right hand side. The TC's on the left hand side of the turret with the radio, and there's two loaders because after all it's a 13cm naval gun. It was designed, and they did make the blueprints, but they never actually built the thing. It was designed to knock out fortifications just like the box tank in the end, but again the box tank, they only made one model and that was it, and it's actually at Kubinka right now. There is a big ammo rack in the back of in the bustle of the turret, so you can aim for that or you can aim for the sides. Remember, it's about 100mm here on the side, two ammo racks either side, and there's a deep one down below. That's the deep storage, and you can see the two fuel tanks are either side of it. So if you're actually aiming for the lower ammo rack, you'll probably get a fuel fire instead. If you aim for the back of the tank expecting to get a fuel fire, no, all your contact is the engine because there's no fuel tanks next to the engine. They're actually in front of it. Transmission at the rear as you would expect. So yes, much easier if I do it that way. Yes, I wonder why I didn't do that straight away. But anyway, there you go. That's where all the modules are on the T-103. So a very nice game there for ProvoBob on a map which I don't particularly like, Ruinberg. I feel it's either you go to the field or you go to the city. If you go to the city, you have to have the armor. If you go to the field, chances are you're going to get sniped at or taken out by somebody who's faster, more maneuverable. And the only way to actually get amends is to actually go out to the field and shoot into the town from out in the field and try and get the heavy tanks when they can't respond to you. But I don't particularly like Ruinberg myself, but it was a good game for ProvoBob, and of course he did it in the city and played this T-103 to his advantages by keeping his heavy armor, his frontal armor, right towards the enemy. And you also just really got that very unlucky shot on the ISU-152 right at the start. If only that been a split second sooner, I think he would have got a hit on that guy as well. But as it was, no harm done because he came out with a great result. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.